Guam's legislative elections could have implications for the military buildup, according to GOP Islands consultant Fred Radewagen, who cites the continued 9-6 Democrat to GOP majority in the new 32nd Guam legislature.
The makeup is slightly different, but the most important thing is that the Republicans wanted to target 5 Democrats who were perceived to be against the military buildup. So I think the Pentagon is going to be watching the results very carefully to see what the public mood was.
Radewagen says 4 of the 5 Democrats perceived as anti-buildup will be returning to the legislature. Others, including outgoing Virginia U.S. Senator James Webb, say the people of Guam want the military buildup, despite raising some issues like the location of a firing range. Still, Radewagen argues,
I think the fact that there was a strong backlash from the legislature in the past to military plans was a factor in the military scaling back those plans.
With a possible further assessment, Radewagen says, of the final size of the troop buildup on Guam. But Radewagen says on the plus side, stemming from President Obama's re-election, is that there will continue to be a U.S. military pivot toward the Pacific. Meantime, the election drubbing taken by NMI lawmakers aligned with Governor Benigno Fidel and replaced by a pro-impeachment majority in January spells possible new problems for the NMI here, where U.S. lawmakers will have an eye on the local situation. Radewagen.
The governor is in a very difficult position because not only was his slate repudiated, the delegate to Washington, Kalili, was the leader of the opposition, even though it was not a clear-cut party sort of thing.
Since Radewagen says the coalition that defeated Fidel's Republican slate was that of dissident Republicans, some Democrats, and some independents.
But Kalili was clearly at the lead of that, and he becomes, at this point, the dominant political force in the Northern Marianas.
Radewagen called the NMI election historic, pointing out it was the first time local balloting was decided on issues versus parties or candidates' family ties. Radewagen predicts NMI politicians will have to take a new tact in the future.
I think every politician out there now is going to have to cast his votes in the future with an eye toward what the general public and population wants, as opposed to whether he can keep his family in line.
Radewagen predicts a period of political turmoil in the NMI as Governor Benigno Fidel tries to consolidate his position in the Commonwealth, possibly to save his job. On Capitol Hill, Matt Kay for PNC News.